The Grosvenor Square Gardens is one of central London's hidden green spaces. A slight walk off Oxford Street, hidden between offices, hotels, and embassies, but it is a refreshing sight of green in an abyss of red brick. The refurbishment of the Square Garden is envisioned to take it from a hidden spot into a landmark of play and education. The garden is undergoing a major makeover, featuring new pavilions, thousands of flowers, interwoven stone pathways, and much more. We were fortunate to visit the site 8 times in a 2-month period. The project was fast-paced, and we saw significant developments every week. We learned how the structure of a building takes form, but also how the architect ensures everything runs smoothly and no mistakes are made. On our first visit, we toured the site, gaining an overview of the entire project. We examined the major landscape architectural aspects, including soil compaction and the layering of filtration vents underneath the new pathways, as well as the excavation of the new pond. We also examined a building mock-up of the facade, analyzing the various architectural components, including the copper overhang, timber beam structure, and mesh lining. While on site, we got a better understanding of what it means to be an architect. Grosvenor Mills is supplying the wood beams for the facade of the pavilion and the mock-up. The thickness of the beam was specified to be 50 millimeters, but upon reviewing the mock-up, it was revealed to be 57 millimeters, which was significantly larger than expected. Consequently, the contractor and architects had to follow up with Grosvenor Mills to determine how this discrepancy had passed standards control. The timber has a tolerance of 50 plus or minus 7 millimeters. Therefore, the architects and contractors had to return to the mills to confirm that they had agreed upon 50 millimeters and that the client had also agreed to the same. After deliberation, they agreed to adjust the timber thickness at the mills to fit with the original design. It's just one thing that we learned about the reality of being a practicing architect, about ensuring that we deliver what the client wants, and how to fight back against suppliers and other contractors who make mistakes. Then we saw the beginning of the Education Pavilion construction. The timber for the concrete molds was being assembled. We learned about how steel rods reinforce the concrete, but due to the circular design, there are some difficulties in making sure everything is in place and aligned. That must be taken into account when designing circular structures. Another thing we learned to keep in mind about the reality of designing things. Then, week after week, we saw how the flooring was being installed, the timber-framed walls, the roofing beams, and the roof overhang, all slowly taking shape as we watched the layers of the building being put up. Every week, we inquired about any problems or issues with the construction, and for the most part, everything was on schedule, with only minor setbacks due to weather. We learned a great deal about the relationships between school and practice in architecture, and we were extremely fortunate to be a part of this project.